Now, if the Aggies do win this one, Chris Jans will get credit for the win, and it would be his 100th win as the Aggie head coach, so keep that in mind as we go along tonight. An early start the day before Thanksgiving from the Pan American Center. Andre Adams and Will McNair will tip it up. NM State trying to go to 5-1 on the season, and the opening tap is won by Marcus Brown, and he lays it in immediately for the Cowboys from New Mexico Highlands out of Las Vegas, New Mexico. About a 5-hour drive or so to Las Cruces for them. Certainly a great opportunity for the Cowboys. This is an exhibition game for them. The ball will stay with the Aggies, and they played UNM earlier this year, Joe, and they get 2 chances this year to play Division I. That is it.
Right, and they're going to take advantage of both those chances. You say it's an exhibition game, but it's not an exhibition game to them. As Johnny puts the 3 up.
McCants misfires from 3. The rebound is collected by Marcus Brown, who scored the first deuce for the Cowboys from New Mexico Highlands. Longer range 3 is way off the mark for Sammy Barnes-Tompkins, somebody that you actually played with and against growing up there, Joe.
Yeah, Sammy grew up here in Las Cruces. He went to Oñate High School, Oregon Mountain High School, I'm sorry. And I played against him in high school my junior year, and he's good. He's good. He's got a nice body for a guard, and he's going to look to do something here in Cruces.
Johnny McCants as well knows Sammy Barnes-Tompkins very well. Johnny spent a year in school, in high school at Oñate with Barnes-Tompkins. Here's Bryce Sanchez. He's off the market, boxed out for McNair, and it's controlled by Donnie Tillman. Tillman coming off a great game in Myrtle Beach. Rice gets Sanchez in the air, and he flushes it one-handed. His role is a little different right now, Joe. He's having to play more point. You know Jabari more as a 2-guard.
I do, and I like him better as a 2-guard, actually. He can play the point guard, but I think he really excels slashing to the basket, and you'll see here.
We'll see if we see Nate Pryor tonight, somebody who transferred in from Washington but hasn't played yet this year. And that's Andre Adams who steps out of bounds. This could be a game, if the Aggies get off to a good start, where we could see some of those guys towards the end of the bench get more minutes and some much-needed minutes during the course of tonight's game.
Yep, and Highlands comes out here in a 1-2-2.
Teddy Allen finds McCants. He couldn't quite catch it. And it's tapped out of bounds by Sanchez. It will stay with the Aggies underneath.
Nice pump fake right there. Go finish. Nice.
Rice on the curl, launches from 3, missed it shallow. Kept alive by Will McNair, but he was fouled before the shot. And Joe, he's been the big surprise so far this year, hasn't he?
He has. He's been rebounding the ball very well. There he is right there. Go get the ball every time.
Well, bear hug there from Sanchez. Inbound pass goes to Allen. He triggers a 3. McNair grabs the offensive rebound. And the Aggies have a fresh 20. 1 for 4 start for the Aggies from the field. McCants is wide open. That might have been on the scouting report. Sanchez was sagging off it.
I think that's what Highlands wants the Aggies to do. I think they want to prove that they can make them make threes.
The Aggies are shooting 38% from distance so far this year, averaging 10 made threes per game. The putback for Andre Adams, who's been well-traveled, a number of different Division I schools. The Aggies turned it over there in the backcourt, and Barnes-Tompkins was trying to stuff it. He'll get 2 free throws out of it. This is a Division II school, Joe, with a number of players, including Barnes-Tompkins, that played at a pretty high level at Division I. He was at Boston College for a little while.
Yeah, and like I said, it's an exhibition game for them, but they're not treating it that way. They're going to come out here and play hard every possession.
Barnes-Tompkins, in their game yesterday, actually took a hard spill in the first minute of the game, did not return, so his availability tonight was a little bit in question until the tip. Mike Peak comes in off the Aggie bench. Mike Dominguez, the head coach of the Cowboys from New Mexico Highlands. Second free throw for Barnes-Tompkins is good. And some more pressure here from New Mexico Highlands. Rice will slowly get it across. As we mentioned, he's playing more point guard this year. It is a much bigger lineup when he's in there at the point, though. Mid-post extended McCants. Defended by Adams. Lobs it down low, good positioning, and one for Donnie Tillman.
Great pass by Johnny right there, that interior passing. Donnie just goes and finishes with the contact.
Is that something that Johnny McCants has always been good at, is passing for a big man?
I think he's definitely gotten better this year, throughout the years. This year, they're giving it to him in the post, and he's making the decision out of it. And he's really worked on his game. I like it.
Here's Brown, who throws it away near side, stolen by Teddy Allen. The Aggies' top scorer this year. Allen gets it back from Rice. Right back to Jabari. They swing it for Peak.
Again, giving it to Johnny on the block.
Johnny going to work on Adams. Spins, stays patient, and he flips it in off the glass. Long range three, spins off for Barnes-Tompkins, and McCants is there to snatch it in. Corner entry is tapped out of bounds. Barnes-Tompkins trying to say that it was Peak who touched it last year in the corner. But it will be Aggie ball here on the near sideline. Great move, good patience by Johnny McCants.
Exactly, it's good patience and it's just a strong move. He's got a great body for that kind of thing. I'd like to see that more from Johnny.
We were talking about that earlier. It seems like he's been here forever.
Right.
You played 2 years with Johnny McCants. One of them was his redshirt year, but you were here playing when Johnny was here early on. Chi-Chi Avery finds McCants, and he lost the handle. I know you loved your years playing here, Joe, so I'm sure if you could have extended it another year or two, you would have.
Oh, of course, of course. I can still get out there and play a little bit, maybe if I got some eligibility.
We'll keep digging for that. Here's Desmond Carpenter with it for Division II New Mexico Highlands. Carpenter, long range three. McCants right there on the backside, defensive. Rice a transition triple, that's way off, and Carpenter clears. Cherry picking was Barnes-Tompkins. He tried finishing in midair on the catch. A little sloppy early. Allen pokes it away from, I should say Brown pokes it away from Allen. Here's Teddy Allen going to work. Rumbles down the lane and he floats it in. Teddy Allen. New Mexico Highlands, a program that is averaging 98 points per game this season. They're 4-1 coming in. Good denial there by Allen in front of the Aggie bench, but they're going to whistle Teddy for a personal. That'll take us to break. Nearly 5 in. Aggies ahead by 6. Adam Young and Joe Garza, the former Aggie guard, back with you from the Pan American Center tonight. Aggies are back home after 3 straight away from home. Quick turnaround after arriving home from Myrtle Beach on Monday. It was a 2-1 week in Myrtle Beach for the Aggies, a 3rd place finish. Wins over Davidson and Indiana State. Lone loss came to Utah State, an 80-66 win in the finisher on Sunday against the Indiana State Sycamores. New Mexico Highlands, a quick turnaround from their game last night in Las Vegas, New Mexico against Oklahoma Panhandle. They had a 44-point win last night. Here's Christmas. His 3 misfires, and Chi-Chi Avery there for the high rebound. Cross-court feed is tapped out of bounds, intended for Teddy Allen. Tapped out of bounds by Barnes Tompkins. Going back to your early playing days, going up against Sammy Barnes Tompkins, Joe, did you feel like then he was a high-level Division I or Division II player?
He was. You can tell. Right away, you could just tell his body and his physicality. Great pass right there by Jabari. That he was ready. He was gonna play. He was gonna play somewhere. Now he's here at Highlands, and he's been around. He's been around.
Yeah, he's been at Odessa College and Boston College before arriving in Las Vegas, New Mexico. A miss point-blank range for Christmas. Tillman leads the break. He finds Chi-Chi Avery, who slams it right around Andre Adams. Chi-Chi, ultra athletic out of Richmond, Virginia, only a freshman. Andre Adams will spot up. His jumper is off the mark, and Tillman collects. Andre Adams, another one of those Power 5 transfers. He was at Arizona State, actually played against the Aggies back in 2016 while he was with ASU. McNair throws it away. Carpenter and Barnes Tompkins beat the Aggies down the floor. And it's Desmond Carpenter, the Cowboys' top scorer this year, who lays it in. That'll snap an 11-0 Aggie run. Allen on the dribble drive. Extra pass, low block for Tillman, right back out to Teddy. Good ball reversal for Chi-Chi Avery. Collects his own miss, and he finishes again with a one-handed flush. Barnes Tompkins to the rim. His wraparound pass is stolen by Allen. Squirts out to Chi-Chi Avery, who's playing well off the bench. Avery's athleticism on full display here in the first half. Allen trying to break down Barnes Tompkins, leaves it off. Will McNair flips it in.
Yeah, great pass by Teddy. And I think that's where the Aggies excel, is getting downhill to the basket. I think they settle too many times for threes when they can get to the basket like that and score easy buckets.
And this lineup right here, Joe, it is big. When you have Jabari Rice at the point, it is a very, very big lineup.
Right, and that's going to create a lot of mismatches on defense, and I think they need to exploit those.
15-2 Aggie run. No good for Donnie Tillman, who has shot it very well from the arc, 47% in the first 5 games this year. Carpenter, a step back 3 over Tillman, and Jabari Rice will grab the rebound. Third board for Jabari, who continues to run the point. Rice with a floater, he banks it in. Good patience there for the redshirt junior out of Houston.
Yeah, Jabari's just going to have to do it all. He's going to have to do it all every night. Play the point guard, rebound, and then like you see here, he's going to have to play defense every possession.
Dribble drive for Marcus Brown. Put back good for the left-hander. Andre Adams on the backside. Adams had a season-high 6 points against NM State back in 2016 when he was at ASU. Just like Johnny McCants, he's been around for a while. Rice passes up the 3, Avery again. A lot of open looks for the Aggies from 3, and the ball will go to New Mexico Highlands. 22-10, NM State leads. 59% from the field. 4 early for Chi-Chi Avery. NM State coming off their best offensive game of the season. That was on Sunday against Indiana State. And once again, we remind you that Chris Gians is not with the team tonight due to COVID protocols. So associate head coach James Miller filling in as the acting head coach. The Aggies scored 80 against Indiana State in Myrtle Beach on Sunday. They shot a season-high 53%. In that game against the Sycamores, and early on, Mike Dominguez and the Cowboys are letting the Aggies shoot from the arc. A lot of open looks for Avery, Rice has had some, and then Johnny McCants as well.
Right, and I think not only Highlands, but I think a lot of teams this year will sag off on us until we can prove that we can shoot the ball at a high clip. We'll see in this last 10 minutes if the Aggies can put some threes in.
NM State 1 for 8 from 3, 10 for 17 though from the field. Mario McKinney Jr. defends Carpenter. First action tonight for Mario. LeVar Williams guards Christmas here, also his first action. Tyler Rogers swings at a sideline three is good for Javari Christmas. Another one of those guys with D1 experience. He used to play at Idaho, and he was also at Oregon during their Final Four run a handful of years ago. This could be a very important game tonight for Mario McKinney, who's trying to get back on track after a tough week in Myrtle Beach. Pop out three for Tillman. Rebound for Christmas. McKinney with a steal. 2-on-2. He lobs it for Avery, and Chi couldn't quite handle it.
That was a good pass, too.
Did he miss time his jump, Joe?
No, he just didn't catch the ball. Took his eyes off the ball. There it is. Great pass. You got to put that one down.
I never could get that high, so I'm not sure what it's like up there, but
you and me both.
I'm sure it's a lot of fun.
You and me both.
Chi Avery just oozes athleticism. Talented young freshman from Virginia. He already has 2 dunks in this game tonight, and that screen is illegal for Will Johnson as he barrels over Mario McKinney Jr. There are some big bodies, including Johnson for New Mexico Highlands. He's 6'10", 245. And
oh, yeah, he clipped him with the hip right there. Got to stay set.
You don't always see bodies like that, Joe, at the Division II level.
No, you don't. But like you said, a lot of guys coming from Division I come here to New Mexico Highlands, and these games are big for them. They want to prove why they were at that Division I level at one point.
Aggies ahead by 9, just over 10 minutes in. Low post entry to Teddy Allen, working on Christmas. Inside, outside for McKinney. The Aggies whip it around for McCants. Cleared by Sanchez.
And again, I think the Aggies are just settling for threes when they can get to the basket, move the ball around, and let's get to the basket.
The Aggies double team Johnson, having some issues, picks up his dribble. Tosses out for Christmas, and he buries the straightaway triple. Scoreless drought, almost 3 minutes for the Aggies. Williams had his three-pointer blocked. It's a 2-possession game. Here's Tyler Rogers, who's a left-hander, and he misses too strong off the heel. No sign of tired legs so far for New Mexico Highlands. They played just over 24 hours ago, 5 hours away. Shot clock down to 10. McKinney on the dribble drive. Back out for Tillman. He'll trigger in front of the Highlands bench, and he spins off the three. McCants the offensive rebound. Allen for 3. Tipped out by McCants, collected by McKinney. He'll fire, and he buries it.
Yeah, one of them's bound to go down, right?
NM State now 2 for 14 on trays. They struggled from 3 2 games ago against Utah State, especially in half one.
Good steal.
McKinney rips it away. Carpenter behind him. Layup no good, but he'll shoot 2. And Mario will shoot the free throws when we come back from break. The pride of Vashon High School in St. Louis, Mario McKinney. A 3 off the bench. He'll shoot 2 free throws when you come back. Adam Young alongside the former Aggie guard, Joe Garza. Aggies ahead by 9. Johnny McCants looking for his 100th win tonight in the Crimson and White. Pretty cool milestone that he will try to reach tonight, Joe. And You got 2 years in an Aggie uniform with Johnny. The first was his redshirt year. The second year he was on the floor. Did you know back then that Johnny McCants would turn out to what he is now during his 6th year?
You know, Johnny has really grown over the years, and I'm very proud of him for doing that. He's really worked on his game, and you can see now being here in his last year, just a leader. You can tell he has that leadership quality that he didn't have before. So I'm really proud of Johnny for working on his game and working on himself as a person to be able to step into that role.
5 points, 4 rebounds, 2 helpers for McCants tonight, doing a little bit of everything again. He is such a valuable part of Chris Jans' squad this year. He does everything well. Averaging 7 points, 5 rebounds, blocking shots at a high clip. Chris Jans said, a couple of weeks ago, he said, when Johnny's on the floor, I feel comfortable. And I think that's one of the biggest compliments a head coach can give to a player.
Right, and you want to be able to have someone on the court that gives you that feeling. And especially like a night tonight when he's not able to be here, Johnny's going to have to step up and be that leader on the court.
We talked about this in the opener against UC Irvine. He didn't score much, but he does everything else so well that he doesn't have to score much, right, Joe?
He doesn't. He just has to be out there on the floor and play his role. And for Johnny right now, his role is to do a lot. And I think he's doing a great job of handling that.
Nate Pryor checks in for the first time this year for the Aggies, a transfer from Washington. He's from Seattle. Came in highly regarded, number 3 in white. He has the ball right now. Big point guard at 6'4". He was a highly touted recruit out of Seattle a number of years ago. Played 1 year at Washington, now in his season here with the Aggies as a junior, the first of 2 for Nate Pryor here in the Crimson and White. He's been dealing with a hip flexor injury for a long time, so he's finally getting back to healthy and able to suit up and play tonight. 1 to shoot for Rice. He has to heave. He got rim. Sanchez wipes it off the window, and cherry picking here is Brown. Brown a Euro step and a finish, right-handed.
And the Aggies got to get something going on offense. Towards the basket, I'm going to say it all night. I want the Aggies to go downhill. And we talk about them having such a big lineup, they need to take advantage of that and be able to get to the basket.
This is a big lineup again. Pryor goes 6'3" listed. He's a big guard. McCants outside for Pryor. 6 to shoot for Teddy Allen. Rice whips a pass for Mike Peake, and that spins off. McCants was crashing hard. He took a horrible landing, and he is still down underneath on the other side of the basket. McCants is up. He's back in the play now. A 3, good for Marcus Brown, who averages 15 a game.
Looks like Johnny's all right after taking that fall. He's tough. He's tough. You know Johnny's not going to come out of the game.
New Mexico Highlands came to play today. It's a 2-possession game. Just over 5 left here in half 1. Pryor on the exchange, outside for McCants. No help defense here. McCants spins, and a foul is called underneath. That's the 5th on the Cowboys from New Mexico Highlands.
And I think this is the advantage the Aggies have. They're bigger, they're stronger. They need to do that, and they can do that every single time.
The foul was on Adams, number 2 on him. Pryor will trigger, gets it in for Teddy Allen, who's only scored 2 so far, make it 4 now. He's been patient, 2 for 4 shooting for the transfer from Nebraska.
And he has that ability to get to the basket. I like when he uses the hop step. He has the floater off both legs. I like Teddy's game.
He's a very creative scorer, a little different than most. It'll stay with the Cowboys. A lot of folks have compared him to Zach Lofton because he comes over with that scoring ability, but I think Aggie fans have seen so far he is a totally different player than Zach Lofton was, Joe.
Yeah, he's the comparisons are there, but Zach Lofton was one of the best scorers I've ever seen. As you can see in his pro career now, he is lighting it up out there.
Inbound pass goes to Adams, and he will shoot 2. I think one of the best comparisons, though, is both guys can go on scoring runs, and just like Zach Lofton did a couple of years ago, there's going to be nights when Teddy Allen goes out there and he wins you the basketball game.
Right. And they're going to need that from him. Like I said, the Aggies don't shoot the ball great. I think he's one of their better shooters, and there's going to be times where he's going to have to make that shot, and we might see that next week.
Donnie Tillman checks back in. You mentioned Zach Lofton. He's actually playing overseas in Kuwait. And his head coach is Casey Owens.
Right. Nice
little Aggie Dobo.
Nice little NMSU connection
Yes.
out there, right, in Kuwait.
Your old teammate Ian Baker was in town a couple weeks ago. Did you see that?
Yeah, PG, he was here. Ian Baker, that's one of the best PGs I've ever seen.
He's training again before he heads back overseas. A foul before the shot as Tillman was spinning on the baseline. Foul is on Sammy Barnes-Tompkins. How important is that point guard position? Because the Aggies are still working through that right now, Joe, where Jabari's playing the point. I think eventually it's going to be Pryor and McKinney, but right now it's more so Jabari than anybody else.
Right, and it's very important. Jabari is doing a great job. I'd like to see McKinney come and play that more pure PG role and really attack the defense, get 2 feet in the paint, and then make his kickouts from there. But like you see, you're going to see a lot of teams maybe press like Highlands is, or make it hard for someone else to set up the offense.
We saw A.J. Harris eventually start to play the way that Chris Jans wanted him to at that point guard position. That takes some time, doesn't it?
Yeah, it takes some time. Of course, Coach Jans came and he wanted to get his system in, so everyone had to learn it. But A.J. did a great job, and that system is really built for a good, quick point guard like A.J. was, or still is.
Mike Peak drains the free throw. Transfer from Austin Peay by way of Georgia at first collegiately. Carpenter on the catch in the forecourt. Quickly reverses it for Brown. Lobs it in the corner to Chris Smith. Fadeaway 3, pinballs off, and Teddy Allen will tap it to himself. Allen on the pitch out. Spins off the 3, and the Aggies are now 2 for 16 from 3. Possession kept alive, though. Here's Tillman, mid-post extended.
Great cut by there, Jabari. When you throw it into the post like that, guys got to cut, and they're going to be open.
Inside, outside, Avery with 3 to shoot. Has to shoot a fall away long 2. And here comes Carpenter for the Cowboys. 29-23, under 4 left here in the first half. NM State 2 for 16 on threes. Carpenter to the rim. Avery blocks it, but it's stuck back in by Andre Adams, and acting head coach James Miller will use a timeout. This will turn into the media. Highlands sticking around here in half 1. 29-25 Aggies here at home. Adam Young and Joe Garza back with you from the Pan American Center. Great to have you with us tonight. Happy Thanksgiving. A pair of 4-1 teams going at it. NM State coming off the Myrtle Beach invite, and New Mexico Highlands coming off a game yesterday. It was a mid-afternoon game against Oklahoma Panhandle. And this is always one of those games that's a little dangerous, Joe, because it's the day before Thanksgiving. The Aggies did not arrive from Myrtle Beach until Monday after a long week in Myrtle Beach. And then for New Mexico Highlands, I thought maybe we would see some tired legs early, but we have not seen that so far with them.
No, they came out ready to play. And like I mentioned earlier, this is a big game for them. They want to come in here against any of the New Mexico, whether it's UNM or NMSU, they want to make a statement. And they're going to come in here and play hard, as you've seen this the first half.
Aggies led at one point, 22-8. That was their largest lead at 14. And now the lead is only 4 late in half 1. Rice quickly into the front court for Donnie Tillman. Here's Mario McKinney Jr. Should see a lot of minutes here tonight after not playing a ton in Myrtle Beach.
I like the mismatch that Donnie has right now. See if they can get him the ball.
McCants connects from 3, so the Aggies finally hit from distance. Only their third make on 17 attempts. McCants himself, though, is 2 for 3 from 3.
He's shooting it well. That's another part of his game that's really gotten better, is his shooting the ball.
There's Andre Adams on the finish. Johnny's really improved free throw shooting, too. Back when you were here, Joe, he was a 38% free throw shooter. And this year, he's 7 for 10. Last year, he was good. He was also pretty good 2 years ago, much improved. And that's a muscle finish there for Johnny McCants down low.
Another patient, strong finish. And Johnny might have to carry him tonight.
McCants in double figures, the first Aggie in double figures. 4 for 6 shooting, 2 for 3 from 3. Here's Carpenter, senior from Albuquerque, Cibola High School grad. Under 10 to shoot for him. Long range bomb for Brown. He's had a good first half. That is 10 for senior Marcus Brown from Harker Heights, Texas. McCants again from 3. And that is last touch by Teddy Allen.
Again, I think that's the right shot. New Mexico Highlands shooting the ball. They're shooting the ball really well.
Brown was about 4 or 5 feet beyond that three-point line. When they're shooting threes, they're well beyond the arc. The Cowboys have made 3 straight from the field. Carpenter hard of the rim, and he finger rolls it home. It's a one-possession game. New Mexico Highlands 4-1. They have won 4 straight after losing their season opener to a good Angelo State program by 2. This is their second Division I opponent this year. This will count as an exhibition game for them. They lost to UNM early on before their regular season began.
Great
Slipping
pass.
is McCants. He catches the feed by McKinney, and Johnny McCants has 12.
Great pass by McKinney right there.
The Aggies looking for a strong finish here in the final minute of the first half. Adams right back to Barnes-Tompkins. He'll launch a 3. That's an air ball. The Aggies will get it back. Barnes-Tompkins thought it was blocked. He's playing for a deflection, and he won't get it.
Good pass again. Johnny's really doing a good job inside. And again, I think that's where the mismatch is. We got to pound the ball inside.
Final 45 seconds. McKinney with it here in the forecourt. LeVar Williams in the catch. Around the arc it goes to Teddy Allen. Only 4 in the first half for the Aggies' top scorer this year. Allen's averaging 15 a game. It's been Johnny's half. He has it poked away, and a foul is called on the Cowboys. So McCants will shoot 1 and 1 with 29 seconds left here in the half. And now we get to see where he has really improved, Joe. He was a 38% free throw shooter his first season here when you were here, and now he's hovering right around 60 the last couple of years.
Yeah, and that's just time in the gym. That's time in the gym, working on his free throws. That's not something that necessarily goes into practice. You got to get that extra time in the gym on your own. You got to come in at night, get your free throws up, and you can tell Johnny's done that.
He looks way more comfortable, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. Let's try not to jinx it. I know that's how it works when you talk about free throws.
Welcome to the media world, Joe. He was a little herky-jerky shooting free throws his first couple of years. He splits the pair. And New Mexico Highlands and head coach Mike Dominguez, they can get the final shot in the half here. McKinney will apply pressure on Carpenter.
I like McKinney's defense. I like how he climbs up into guys like that and really makes it difficult for their other guards.
Carpenter, finger roll, good, and 1 for Desmond Carpenter.
That's just a tough finish. A little late there to take the charge, and And he gets an and one.
Foul was on LeVar Williams, his first. Allen comes in for Tillman. Carpenter will shoot one free throw. 70% free throw shooter this season. He's averaging a team best 18 a game. Albuquerque native. Free throw no good. Rice collects. Rice approaches midcourt. And it's touched out of bounds by Marcus Brown. So the Aggies will get a good look, it appears, with 1.9 left here in the front court. Let's see if they go towards the rim with this one. LeVar Williams will trigger. McCants is open. McCants misses from just inside the center circle. So it's 37-34. New Mexico Highlands, Division II school from Las Vegas, New Mexico, hanging around and then some. Halftime comes your way next. So the two programs much different, but right now it's a one-possession game, and the Cowboys will start with the ball in half two here in the road black jerseys. Sammy Barnes-Tompkins stutters, finds Andre Adams, who had a good first half. Baseline Carpenter, and it's a one-point game. Carpenter now has 8. Brown and Adams in double figures with 10 each for the Cowboys. Division II school out of the Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference. Allen backing down his defender. He lost it. Sanchez with the interception. Reverse layup is no good for Carpenter. Offensive rebound for Sanchez. And it's stripped away by Donnie Tillman.
Got to push the ball now. They got numbers.
Rumbling down the lane is McNair. Good patience outside for Allen. Aggies reverse it for Rice from the corner. A pump fake and a drive. Good step through and a finish for Jabari.
That's nice. Yeah, and that's where I like Jabari. I like Jabari catching on the second pass, pump fake, and getting to the basket. I think he really excels in that position.
Aggie lead back to 3. Rice is averaging 12 a game this year, 13 a game a season ago. Led the Aggies in scoring last season, second in scoring this year. That's a long deuce for former Arizona State Sun Devil Andre Adams. He has a dozen. They're going to let Rice shoot it. Pump faked and missed. And the Aggies are now 3 for 20 from beyond the arc.
And again, one and done. Highlands doing a good job of rebounding the ball.
Adams on the catch, stolen by McCants. Good defense for the big man from Las Cruces. Zigzagging down the floor is Rice. He finds Tillman, and Ronnie Hernandez, the official, calls a travel before the slam dunk.
That's what the Aggies need to do, though. They need to create turnovers and get out in transition. That's another part of the game that I like about them, is their transition game. I don't like them in the half court as much as I do them running up and down and getting dunks like that.
2 minutes in, and Highlands could take their first lead since it was 2-0 Cowboys to start the game. Will McNair steps out, pokes it away, and he almost dunks it. He almost put Andre Adams on a poster.
That's something that Will didn't have when he first came here. I was here when he was working out with Jovan Austin. But look at this, look at it. Palms the ball with one hand like he's that close.
Joe, that's a 277-pound big man stampeding down the floor.
Will's showing us something new every single night, it looks like.
Misfires on the free throw. Chris Driant has said this the last couple of years. He has always said that it takes big men longer to develop. And he always felt like down the road, Will McNair would be a really good player. And folks around the country would say, how did you get him? And I think he's starting to show that now in his junior year.
He is. His body looks really good. He's not huffing and puffing as much as he was when he first got here. And he can play both ends of the ball now.
Redshirt sophomore on the floor. He's a junior, though, in school. Foul is called on the Aggies in the lane. That's on McNair. It's number 2 on him. Uat Alok, by the way, he is on the bench, but in street clothes. He is not available tonight. So the Aggies a little more thin in the front court. Brown misfires from three. Jabari Rice will push. The Aggies reverse it on the arc for Teddy Allen.
Again, like to see him giving it down here to Will, and he's going to make the pass.
Inside, outside, Johnny McCants connects from three. Perfection right there.
Right, those are the threes that we want to take, the ones that go inside and then come outside.
Johnny McCants had 3 made threes in the first 5 games this year combined. He has 3 in the first 23+ minutes in this game. Contested 3, good for Sammy Barnes-Tompkins. He hit it over his former high school teammate, Johnny McCants. Barnes-Tompkins was at Oñate for 1 year before he went to high school in Phoenix. Started his college career at Boston College. Allen on the spin, and that's a charge on Teddy Allen.
And the defense has been solid all night for Highlands. There he's just stepping in front, taking a charge. That's good defense.
That's Sean Buchanan-esque.
Oh, man. There's a picture of Sean in the dictionary next to the word charge.
And Carpenter wears number 1, just like Sean Buchanan did for the Aggies. 2-point game, hard drive for Barnes-Tompkins. Around the arc it goes. Carpenter a clean look. McNair ran into him. Rice looking for McKinney, and he threw it behind him. It's been that way all night. The Aggies just not on the same page.
Right, and that's part of not having a true point guard. I like McKinney to bring that ball up, or at least come back and get it, and let Jabari run the court.
That's turnover number 8 on the Aggies, also 8 on the Cowboys. Barnes-Tompkins for the lead. Another rebound for McCants, his 5th. Allen for 3, yes sir.
I think he's going to wake up here in the second half and start hitting a few shots. He just needs to see one to go in, and he's going to start going.
Do you feel like the Aggies need him to take over right now?
I think so. I think they need him to make some big shots. Just be more aggressive. He doesn't have to score the ball. He just needs to be more aggressive.
Fall away is no good for Brown. Grabbed underneath by Allen. We'll see if he's more aggressive here. Ball screen McNair. Allen bounces out for Rice. Defended by Carpenter.
Got to give it to Big Will down there, see?
Great positioning for McNair, and he was fouled by Adams. And on Andre Adams, that is foul number 4. And Adams is the top scorer tonight with 12, and he now has 4 personals. Under 16 media here in half 2. Johnny McCants and the Aggies trying to take advantage of their size advantage. Andre Adams just picked up his 4th. So Will Johnson comes in for him, another big guy who's 6'10", 245. But you want to see the Aggies go down low a little more, Joe.
I want to see them go down low every single possession. Every single possession I want to touch in the paint, and then we can kick out for threes.
Mario McKinney will trigger in underneath. McCants, Allen, Williams, and Tillman also on the floor. And there was a jersey tug there for Christmas, Jabari Christmas, the grad student from Oregon. Good crew tonight. Ronnie Hernandez, Wilson Howland, and Janetta Graham are officials. McKinney lobs it in. He was looking for McCants, and he tossed it away. Barnes-Tompkins then fouled by Williams on the other end.
The Aggies starting to turn the ball over here a little bit. They kept the turnovers down in the first half, but another common theme we've seen all season is the Aggies turning the ball over.
You really want to see more progression here in the next couple of weeks from Mario McKinney, who got off to such a great start against UC Irvine, played extremely well in the season opener. And then in Myrtle Beach, McKinney only played 21 combined minutes, had 4 points in 3 games, and he can be a huge X factor, Joe, if he can grab hold of that point guard position.
I think he can. And it opens it up for guys like Jabari and guys like Teddy, and putting them in a better spot to be more efficient on offense.
McKinney will run the point here. Three-quarter court pressure again for the Cowboys from New Mexico Highlands. McKinney slides across, 5 minutes in, half two. Two-possession game.
Johnny's got the mismatch here. See if we can get him on the pick and roll on a roll.
Here's Tillman, 4 to shoot for Teddy Allen. His second made triple here at half two. Well, you might be right, Joe. He might start to heat up here, and a foul is called away from the ball in the high post. Will Johnson fighting for positioning with Johnny McCants, who in addition to playing better this year is also playing with more passion, Joe.
Right, as Teddy hits the three right there. Johnny, he's got to be a vocal leader. He's got to be a leader by example. And we'll see here, the Aggies got a lot of momentum right here. See if we can get a basket.
McKinney will initiate the offense. Here's LeVar Williams. They're trying to get McCants free down low. Here's Allen, head of the key. 10 to shoot for Teddy. LeVar Williams 2 games ago made 4 threes against Utah State. 3 second half triples for Teddy buckets. Just like Zach Lofton used to do, Teddy Allen's trying to take over this basketball game offensively.
I'd like to see him get to the basket right here, don't.
Allen for 3, he gets another.
He knows better than me though, of course.
They call him Teddy Buckets. 16 for the Phoenix native. Aggie lead grows to 13 as Allen starts to take this one over. 16 points for McCants, 16 points now for Teddy Allen. And for a while there, Joe, Teddy Allen was kind of letting the game come to him, but he knows when to put the foot on the gas pedal, and he has done so in the last couple of minutes.
Right, he's come out here shooting the ball great coming out of the second half. I just want him to stay aggressive. I want him to stay aggressive, get to the basket, shoot the three when it's there. I think he can also make that extra pass. He's looking real good in the second half.
Teddy Allen, 16.5 points per game last season at Nebraska, which was 6th in the Big Ten. 31 points per game 2 seasons ago at Western Nebraska. That's what he does. He scores at a very high level. And he is showing that here tonight, especially in half two. 6 for 9 from the field, 4 for 7 from 3. So far, this has been the most efficient game for Teddy in the Crimson and White. Once again, Andre Adams on the bench with 4 fouls for Highlands. Behind the back feed, Johnny McCants, jackhammer.
Great vision by McKinney. Good finish.
Christmas on the other end, and he is teed up.
He's out. Great steal. Great pass. Johnny's going to finish it for you. That's what we like to see, in transition buckets.
The unselfishness from Mario McKinney. And this is devastating, really, for the Cowboys. Javari Christmas with a technical. And Mike Dominguez, his head coach, is heated as he should be. It comes right after a basket. The Cowboys still in this game, and now they're going to give technical free throws to LeVar Williams. I know this is a game that's very emotional for a Division II school like the Cowboys, and if you're Christmas, you need to keep those emotions in check.
Right. And he did make a nice move, nice finish over the big man, but all the extra stuff, that's what got him in trouble.
McCants will head off, and Will McNair in for him. Technical free throw again for LeVar Williams.
Hey, watch your ball.
Sophomore from Hyde Park, Massachusetts. Started his college career at NJIT, then he went to Indian Hills, same JUCO as Ivan Aure-Coachea. And Christmas will take a seat number 11 there in black for Highlands. Aggie lead is up to 14. This is a 12-2 scoring run of the previous 90 seconds for the Aggies. Allen again, this time out of the corner. Gets it back from McNair. Lobs it for Big Will. He couldn't quite catch it, and it's stolen by Bryce Sanchez.
It's a tough pass.
Elbow jumper for Carpenter. Way short. It might have been altered by McNair. McNair on the catch. Good finish. That is not easy at 280 pounds.
No, to catch and finish right there. And that's where he's gotten so much better. He gets the stop on the defensive end and then goes down and finishes at the rim. Good steal.
Steal for McKinney. And McKinney slams it in. He's been a pest defensively tonight. Aggie lead grows to 18, and a foul is called down low, and this is going to be Art Johnson again. He's been called twice for an offensive away from the ball.
Way to be in those passing lanes, McKinney, and then just go finish. That's where he really excels, is on defense. I think he can really play the point guard spot and really make it difficult for other guards.
Well, and you know, Joe, if you want to play for Chris Giants, you better defend. There's two rules, rebound and defend, and in Mario's case, he needs to guard. Nate Pryor comes in for McKinney. Pryor will run the point. Well, there is a number of guys who can handle the ball here, so it looks like Jabari is going to stay here in the backcourt.
I like to see the offense keep flowing, don't get stagnant.
These are big minutes for Pryor. He's battled a hip flexor the entire season and off season for that matter. Playing in his first game as an Aggie. McNair with 2 on the timer. Backdoor Tillman. Can he beat the clock? He can't draw iron. And it's a shot clock violation. But it's been a really good start to the half offensively for the Aggies. Teddy Allen 4 for 4 on threes. And the Aggies have outscored the Cowboys 25-10 in half 2. Their lead is 18 here at home. It's been a good half shooting the basketball for the Aggies. 9 for 10 from the field, 5 for 6 from 3. And a big part of it has been Teddy Allen, 4 for 4 on trays in half 2. He's an unconventional scorer, Joe.
Yeah, he really is. He kind of has a funny hitch in his shot. It goes in, as you can see here. But like you said, he's unconventional. But as long as he takes high percentage shots, he'll score.
When you look at shooters like Teddy Allen, do you pay more attention to how quick the release is? Because it seems like he gets it off really quick.
Yeah, he really does. He gets his feet set real fast, and he just launches it up there. And that's you know, a typical scorer's mentality, is to get the ball up quick.
Allen's on the bench right now. He's right above his season average. He has 16. He's averaging a team best 15, which is actually a little bit lower to where he has been during the course of his career. Barnes-Tompkins, a tough look from 3. Offensive rebound, Sanchez, and a fresh 20 for the Cowboys. Down the lane, an off-balance floater is no good for Brown. This is a unique lineup for the Aggies with Pryor, Rice, Avery, Tillman, and McNair. Chichi had a couple of slam dunks in the first 20. Low post entry for McNair.
Got to get some more cuts off of that.
Adams defense, he has 4 personals. Rice needs to make something happen with 4 to shoot. Down the lane, outside. And a blocking foul is called on Barnes-Tompkins, who can't believe it. He thought it should have been a charge.
With this lineup in, it's just been a little bit stagnant on offense. As you can see there, Jabari trying to make something happen at the end of the clock, but just real stagnant.
Aggies have shot 2-pointers extremely well. In fact, they've only missed twice from 2. They've missed 19 field goals for the game. 17 of those misses have come from 3.
And that's it right there. That's it right there. Don't settle for threes. Get the ball to the basket.
Aggies have made 8 straight from the field. These will be free throws for Rice. 1 in the bonus. That was foul number 7 on the Cowboys from New Mexico Highlands. And Rice pinballs off the free throw, but the Aggies get it back. Rice shoots a 3 right in front of Barnes-Tompkins. And Chi Avery grabs the rebound. Cannot stress this enough. These are big minutes in the final 10 plus for a lot of guys who don't usually see a lot of minutes. Slips out to Carpenter. Peak blocks it away off the backboard, but they'll call him for contact. You could see that coming a mile away.
Right, he was sizing him up. Good job to go meet him at the rim. Don't mind that foul. Yeah. Good foul, good foul.
Peak will make Carpenter earn him. 70% free throw shooter this season. And he's 1 for 2 tonight. A number of Albuquerque natives on this roster for the Cowboys, including Carpenter. Johnny McCants will come in for McNair.
See if we can get Johnny some touches down low. Highlands has a small lineup and their big man's got 4 fouls, so got to get the ball inside.
Yeah, this is crunch time here for head coach Mike Dominguez, so Andre Adams is in with 10 plus left and 4 personals. Cross court feed, open wing 3. Chi Avery misfires. And it's wiped off the window by Sanchez, and it was between him and Adams who was going to grab the rebound, so they're called for traveling.
A little miscommunication there.
Trying to pad those stats down low. Sanchez was looking for his 7th rebound, and Adams was looking for his 5th. You don't see this very often.
There must be some sort of incentive for rebounds
Must
over there
be.
at Highlands.
Pryor has it stripped away and stolen by Desmond Carpenter.
And that's what the Aggies can't do, is start to turn the ball over, especially the guards.
Long floater, short for Barnes-Tompkins. Hit off the window and then grabbed by McCants, rebound number 6. Rice will sling a pass. Transition 3 for Peak. Way too deep. Avery keeps it alive. Carpenter's behind him. He nearly poked it away. They gamble often. Rice a straightaway triple. And the gamble doesn't work for Highlands.
And that's what offensive rebounds create, is second chance opportunities. But still, I just think that they settle too much for threes.
And that screen is illegal for Adams. He's done. That's his 5th. And it was a pretty good floor game for him with 12 points and 4 rebounds today.
As Jabari steps into this 3. I like that 3. I like that 3 better than a quick 3 off 1 pass. Offensive rebound gets kicked out. Those are high percentage shots.
Teddy Allen returns. It's Allen, Rice, McCants, Peak, and Chi Avery. You are part of some Aggie teams that went really deep, yourself included, Joe. Do you feel like they have the chance to go 11, 12 deep this year again?
I think they do. I don't think they're there yet as they swing the ball here, but they got a lot of guys with a lot of good experience, JUCO experience. They got the Donnie, Johnny, you know, Jabari, the older guys.
Air ball for Avery, and Peak was out of bounds as he tried to save it on the end line. I think there's also a fine line, too, where Chris Jans is trying to figure out when he can trust some of these players, and it's hard to play meaningful minutes early on in this season when the Aggies have played this kind of competition so far this year. It's been a stiff schedule.
Right. It's been tough, and he's going to stick with those 5 guys. I think the starting 5 scores a majority of the points. There's another offensive rebound here by Teddy. But you got to rely on those guys that you can trust, and early in the season, it's been the starting 5. But a lot of opportunities tonight and here coming up for those guys coming off the bench.
Fresh 20 for the Aggies on the offensive rebound. 18 now for Teddy Allen. 14 of those here in this half.
And he's continuing to stay aggressive. I like that. I like that from Teddy.
Chris Jans always says, too, he says, I don't have in my mind going into a game, this guy's going to play 17 minutes, this guy's going to play 24. You need to earn those minutes and earn his trust during the course of the game.
Right, great find by Jabari.
Teddy Allen is 5th, made 3 of the half.
But yeah, and Chris Jans, Coach Jans, he's going to feel out the game, and guys that are playing good, he's going to go with those guys, and you've seen that time and time again.
Christmas back in after his technical earlier. He catches on the kick out, and he barely grazes the rim on his three. No numbers, McCants will attack anyway. Now he backs it out for Allen. Why not another?
Little heat check right there. I like it. I like it.
Offensive rebound for Peak.
Now we'll reset and get a good shot. See if Johnny comes and sets a screen right here and pops for three.
Rice will launch. Another one for Jabari. And New Mexico Highlands has missed 11 of their previous 12 from the field. Their offense has gone ice cold. That pass is deflected, and it will stay with the Cowboys. Aggie offense heating up, led by Teddy Allen. Jabari Rice helping as well. The Aggies have outscored the Cowboys 36-12 in half two. Adam Young alongside the former Aggie guard Joe Garza. The Aggies have outscored the Cowboys 36-12 in half two. Joe, welcome to the dark side. Welcome to the media world.
Right, the dark side for sure.
I know this program means a lot to you.
It does, and that's why I wanted to take this opportunity to continue to give back to this program, because it means so much to me. And if I can help them out in any way, help you out in any way, I'm going to do that every time.
It's been a fun second half. Teddy Allen has started to take this game over. He has scored 17 of his 21 in half two. And it's been a different story for Mike Dominguez and the Division II Cowboys from Las Vegas, New Mexico. They made the 5-hour drive earlier today. Have you been impressed by New Mexico Highlands, especially at the Division II level? They could really make some noise this year.
Yeah, I think so. They got some guys that can really play, transfers from high D1s, and they come out and compete every night. I like what I've seen by them tonight. They certainly impressed me.
Andre Adams fouled out earlier. Mario McKinney is whistled for the personal here. I'm sure you saw this often, that there's a lot of really, really good players around the country that are playing at all different levels. D2, D3, NAIA, it's not just Division I.
Right, at all those levels, everybody can play. That's a great pass right there. Everybody can play, and you got to respect everyone. And I don't think Highlands got the respect that they wanted in the first half, and they really had to earn it.
You walked onto the Aggie program. Was the biggest adjustment for you, Joe, in that first year the speed of the game at this level?
It was the speed and the size, and just the overall talent, really. Like I said, everybody can really play basketball at this level.
Rice gets Christmas in the air. He bounces out for Peak. Awkward angle. He hits the side of the backboard. It was kicked by Johnson. No call, though. No look feed. Christmas. Rogers with the finish. That's going to be goaltending on Mike Peak. Back on the other end, Mike Peak just had a horrible angle at that corner three.
Yeah, just off balance. You know, just got to kick that one out, get back on balance. He's been open all night. He's going to continue to be open.
Peak played really well in the first game in Myrtle against Davidson.
Give it to him.
Foul down low. That's a little bit of a size difference for Johnson trying to guard McNair. He's given up about 25 pounds. Both guys are 6'10", and Will shoot 1-and-1 at the free throw line.
Will's just doing a great job of sealing. And when he seals like that, you have to give him the ball, because it's either going to be a foul or it's going to be a bucket. You got to get him the ball right there.
Will was 6 for 7 on free throws entering action tonight. And now he's 2 for 3 in this game. It was a breakout game for him on Sunday versus Indiana State. 12 points, which is great, but I think the most important stat was 15 rebounds. He needs to rebound well, and if he can give you double figures, he's doing his job.
Right. He's doing more than his job, I think. Like you said, a breakout game. It's been a breakout season for Will.
Here's Mario Archuleta, who's in for the first time. Pecos, New Mexico native. And Rice is called for a hand check foul, checking Marcus Brown.
Yeah, and that's Jabari. You just ref got him putting his hands on him. It's part of the rules.
Pryor comes in for Rice. We get a high five from acting head coach James Miller. Chris Driant unavailable tonight, COVID protocols. Long jumper is good for Brown. We did say this earlier, though, if the Aggies hang on, the win would go to Chris Driant. It would be his 100th as the Aggie head coach, and he would be the fastest to 100 wins. He would beat Lou Henson by 1 game.
That's big. To beat Lou Henson
that's big
at
time.
Anything is big. Congrats. The Aggies hang on to this. Congrats to Coach Jans and Johnny as well.
Yes, LeVar Williams on a kick-out 3. He can really shoot it. Made 4 threes against Utah State 2 games ago and some mop-up duty. Former big-time scorer at Burke High School in Dorchester, Massachusetts. And we'll get free throws here for Christmas for the Cowboys.
And those are the threes you want. You want to penetrate and kick. Good shot.
Williams now 1 for 2 tonight. 6 for 13 from distance this year. First free throw is good for Javari Christmas, who began his college career as a walk-on at Oregon. Went to the Final Four with the Ducks. He's at his 5th different school, Oregon, Cloud County Community College, Sheridan College in Idaho, before coming to New Mexico Highlands.
A lot of guys are doing that nowadays, you know, 4 schools, 4 years, that kind of thing.
That is the definition of well-traveled. Under 5 left in half 2. It's been a good half for the Aggies offensively and defensively for that matter. Williams would tend to shoot. He'll fire a contested 3. 2 straight drilled by LeVar Williams. Williams, 28 a game as a high school senior at Burke High School in Dorchester. The all-time leading scorer there. Began his college career at NJIT. Long rebound tracked down by McKinney. Easy to find Williams in transition. No good on the 3. Pete got a hand on it. Here's Chi-Chi Avery, gets Rogers in the air. Second effort for Chi-Chi. No good again. Squirts out to Mike Peake, and the Aggies will reset.
It's a good effort right there. See if we can get a good shot again here.
Crashing the offensive glass, much better in this half. Chi-Chi for 3. Offensive rebound for McKinney.
McKinney playing with a lot of confidence here in this second half. He looks a lot better.
6 points, 5 helpers for McKinney. Has the ball right here. Gets a ball screen from Peake. And a foul is called on the Cowboys, and Peake will shoot 2 free throws. When you come back, the Aggies now in the double bonus. They're also now plus 14 in rebound margin. It's the Aggies ahead by 26 here at the Pan Am. Aggies in position for their 14th straight win here at the Pan American Center. Their first non-Division I opponent this season tonight. They lead the Cowboys from Division II, New Mexico Highlands by 26. A lot of rivalry games coming up next, Joe. The Aggies will host rival UNM next Tuesday. You know all about the rivalry, and you knew all about it when you were playing for the Aggies. Did you have to educate some of your teammates, like a Jamario Jones or some of those guys, about what those games against UNM and UTEP mean to the fans?
Right. I had to let them know, you know, these are huge games for us. Obviously, the buzz around practice and the buzz around the city is bigger, but these guys that come from other places, they don't necessarily know about the rivalry, and you got to tell them about the history and how much it means to us and the fans, really, is who it means the most to.
Freshman walk-on Cameron Crawford is in out of Kirtland, New Mexico, his first action collegiately.
I like that. I like him.
You love seeing that, don't you? We saw Bryce Rewalt, speaking of walk-ons, we saw him earlier. He's in town for Thanksgiving. Bryce is in grad school at Texas Tech. Him and Tennessee Owens kind of took the torch from you, Joe.
Yeah, a little bit. A little bit. I don't know if I had a torch, but But no, those two guys came in and did what they needed to do. You know, they can both shoot the ball great and took advantage of their opportunity.
Lay-in for Nate Pryor, his first 2 points with the Aggies, also his first field goal attempt as an Aggie. 3 is good for Christmas. When I think of you, I always think of Jamario Jones, and I don't think there was a game that Jamario Jones ever had to be revved up for. He was always ready to go, wasn't he?
Yeah, anything where there's a winner and a loser, he doesn't want to be the loser, so he's going to be up for those games, and he's going to compete.
Pryor fakes the handoff to Cameron Crawford. We'll see if Crawford can get a shot up here in the final 2+. Mike Peak in the lane. Good move there for the former Austin Peay Governor. Rising up is Christmas. Misfires from 3, and Peak is there. No look feed down low. Chi Avery wide open. That is assist number 6 for Mario McKinney. That is a stat you love to see.
And I think he can do that every night. I think he can do that every night. He looks real confident tonight. Hopefully he can get his confidence going into next week.
I think the word confidence was big for him tonight because it might have dropped off a little bit in Myrtle Beach. Didn't play a ton. Didn't play great, but he's been good tonight, and he might get that confidence back going into Tuesday.
Right. And that's just what comes with being the new guy. You know, a lot of guys that come back, Johnny and those guys, he's got to earn that confidence and earn that trust from Coach Jans. And I think tonight he's doing a great job of doing that.
Mike Peak connects from long range, and James Miller will call a timeout to get a sub in. LeVar Williams will come back in for Pryor. Mike Peak is a really, really good three-point shooter. He was 46% last season for Austin Peay, and he's another guy who's still trying to get that confidence and play important minutes this year for Chris Jans.
Right, and that's all shooting is, really. Shooting is all confidence. As long as they can get that, then we can get those percentages up, and the Aggies might be real dangerous.
That man has been shooting with tons of confidence this year. Tyler Rogers, a 6'6" big guard. He was 13 for 19 from 3 coming in. Williams hits the side of the backboard. Archuleta gets the miss. Leads the break for the Cowboys. Sanchez, backdoor. Outside for John Montanez on the baseline. Wraparound pass and 2 for Eric Sonnenberg, the sophomore from Albuquerque. Three in double figures, led by 21 for Allen for the Aggies. That's an offensive foul on Avery. 18 for McCants, 12 for Rice. This might have been the first glimpse into what Teddy Allen can do when the offense goes south a little bit, where he can just take over himself. We saw that early on in half 2.
Yeah, he came out and he started spraying it. I mean, good defense right there. But yeah, I think that's something that he can learn from this game. Let the game come to him at first, and then when it's time to turn it on, turn it on. He's got that ability.
Most efficient game for Teddy for sure. 8 for 13 from the field, 5 for 9 from 3, 7 rebounds as well. That'll make Chris Jans happy. And a couple of helpers. It was 37-34 at halftime. Crawford for 3, and he drills it. Cameron Crawford, the walk-on.
Now it makes me smile right there. The walk-ons getting some love.
That was a few feet beyond the arc too, Joe. That was his first collegiate field goal try. And he's trying to lay off the smile in the corner, but he'll crack it here shortly.
Smile. He needs a smile.
Smile.
Have fun, man. Smile.
The Aggies outscore the Cowboys 57-33 in half number 2. James Miller, the acting head coach tonight, wins it for Chris Jans, who's out with COVID protocols, and this will count towards Chris Jans' total, his 100th win as the head coach of the Aggies, and he will never forget this one for a variety of reasons. He did not get to coach it, but he will get the win as the Aggies defeat the Cowboys 94-67. James Miller will make his way towards us. Teddy Allen scores 21 today. It was Johnny McCants in half one. It was Teddy Allen in half two. Meanwhile, the Cowboys placed 4 players in double figures, led by 14 from Brown, 10 for Carpenter, 13 for Christmas. Adams fouled out, but he did score 12 points here today in the loss for New Mexico Highlands. The Aggies win their 14th in a row here at the Pan American Center. Final score 94-67. Associate head coach James Miller, who was the acting head coach tonight, he gets the victory. Much better in half two, wasn't it, Coach?
Yeah, much better. I thought in the first half we tried to share the ball, almost to a fault at times. And then we missed a lot of open jump shots, which we typically make. But second half, we had a little bit more of an edge to us. Defensively, we just didn't guard like we're capable of guarding to the very end.
What did this feel like tonight for you? I'm sure this was a late news for you where Chris Jantz wasn't going to coach, and you're coaching for the first time as the head coach. Did it feel different for you?
Yeah, it feels different. Oftentimes I just look at Coach and say, you got it, Coach, and then obviously tonight I'm looking at myself. So it's bittersweet because obviously I love Coach and I want him to be here with us, but at the same time, obviously it's a dream come true and you can coach Division I basketball as a head coach. Was
this your first glimpse at Teddy Allen taking over a game offensively this year?
Yeah, I think so. You know, we've been on him about sharing the ball and making easier plays and then letting offense come to him. I thought he did that for the most part tonight. I thought he made a few extra passes in the first half that he usually probably would shoot. And then the second half, he just let it come to him, and then all of a sudden he gets hot. So, yeah, for the first night, I think he was a little bit more efficient. I don't see the stats.
21 on 8 of 13 shooting.
Yeah, that's what he needs to be every night. That's what he needs to be every night for us. Now he needs to do it against a little bit better competition. But, yeah, he played the right way this evening.
I know you were hopeful that you would get a lot of minutes for some of the guys at the end of the bench, like a Mike Peake or a Mario McKinney Jr. Did those guys get the confidence maybe they needed going into next week?
I think for the most part they did. You know, I wish we would have played more guys earlier, but obviously Highlands did a good job of making sure that we couldn't do that. But at the same time, we're a little banged up right now. We don't have a ton of bodies, so everybody was going to play quite a bit. And for the most part, I think the guys that came in did a good job of, like you said, getting some of that confidence that maybe they lacked last week when we were playing.
Lastly, Coach, 18 points, 7 rebounds for Johnny McCants. He was your offense for a good part of that first half. You coached the bigs. What's his progression been like the last couple of years?
Well, I think he's really learned to work on his game outside of practice, and his skill set has continually improved, mainly his shooting and his free throw shooting. But for him, and Coach, I heard Coach Jan say it quite a bit before, he's a safety blanket for us. We know what we're going to get pretty much every night from Johnny. Even if he might not be making threes, he's always going to play the correct defense. He's always going to have the scout into the game. He's always going to crash. I mean, he's going to be our safety blanket. And for us tonight, that's what he was.
Coach, congrats on the win. Enjoy your Thanksgiving tomorrow. We'll talk to you next week.
You too. Happy holidays.
That's James Miller, the acting head coach tonight, the associate head coach who wins it for Chris Jantz and the Aggies. 94-67 is the final score here at the Pan American Center.